we've got nothing else to do, why don't I tell you a story? Fireworks are for now,
Hello there.
but friends are forever.
Yo, how are you? It's 11 p.m. here.
If we've got nothing else to do, why don't I tell you a story? Have you ever kept goldfish as pets? They're very cute. Witness the power of what? Everybody stand back!
The wind knows me. Wind strike.
Fireworks are gonna get soaked! Let's find shelter quick! Oh, we're not going to make it! This is great. I feel so relaxed all over. I could almost float away. Up, up, and away. Let's find shelter quick. Oh, we're not going to make it. Let's light it up! I'm going in! Ring cutter!
Clouds high. The bird?
The fuse is lit!
This. Wind strike. Time to go. Follow the wind. Into the wind.
Know my soul! Witness the power of Guhua! Rain outlines your fist! Teamwork is strength!
Ooh, will we find any firework materials in here?
Time to...
Know my sword!
Wind strike!
Everybody stand! Fire hazard! adventurer.
What other monumental changes could be lying just around the corner?
If we've got nothing else to do, why don't I tell you a story?
What other monumental changes could be lying just around the corner?
What's my first step in becoming an outstanding adventurer? Have you ever kept goldfish as pets? They're very
What
cute.
other monumental changes could be lying just around the corner?
What's my first step? Fireworks are for now, but friends are forever. Ad Astra. Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward.
Same mistakes over and over again.
Ad Astra.
Hey, yo, what's up? Well, Tower Fantasy compared to Genshin. Well, better, in my opinion. Tower Fantasy has some good points, don't get me wrong, but in terms of polish, story, characters, gameplay, combat, well, Tower Fantasy still has a long way to go, but I don't want to be overly negative. Well, the Tower Fantasy story sucks, but some positive things about Tower Fantasy, well, it has a lot of potential, multiplayer-wise, so that's that. There's a huge feature. Yeah, the combat is clunky, but honestly, the combat is clunky with Tower Fantasy, but honestly, I could say that that's a good thing because if the combat is slow and clunky,
Let's light it up.
it can work in the favor of balancing during PvP. You know, just like Dark Souls. If you're like me, like a fighting gamer, so to me, Dark Souls combat is very clunky, but it somehow balances the game. But having slow and clunky combat can work with games that have with RPG games that have PvP because yeah. Well, if that makes sense, it's kind of balanced. If the gameplay is clunky. Uh, well, I think it still needs a lot of polish. It feels like it's like a beta. But if you like if you have Genshin, if you give Genshin PvP, where with Genshin with this combat that's so very polished, I think there will be a lot of balancing issues if Genshin has PvP. So combat in Genshin is smooth, but it's not gonna be good for PvP. It's going to be PvP, so the combat in Genshin will not be as smooth as it is. Hey, Fox. Oh yeah, Frigg was insane, and I think I will be saving for Frigg. So if Genshin has has PvP with its very smooth combat, things will be like out of hand and imbalanced, in my opinion. So, but at least in Tower, you have like raids, co-op raids, multiplayer raids, you have guilds. But the story in Tower Fantasy is so weird. I don't like it. It sucks, honestly. But it has its own moments.
Time for a light show.
The story dialogues are weird. But you got a lot of cool stuff in Tower Fantasy, not gonna lie. PS5, I think that would be a huge performance fantasy, but well, if I want really smooth gameplay, I would go for Fantasy Star New Genesis, which is coming out on the PS5 soon. But Tower Fantasy is free to play, you know. I just got and the rates are pretty. Even though the characters are not too broken like in Genshin, I got a SSR, the one with the rings, pretty early. So yeah.
Adventure time.
Genshin, no, it's not. It's not really pay to win Genshin. I've 36 stars in Genshin with like Rust, Yoimiya Rust. So it's not pay to win. It's just time gated to win. So when you play like over a year and you build hyper focus and you build your characters well, you can be competitive free to play. Well, Genshin is free to play friendly. You just get a Raiden Shogun with attach, which is already gonna be broken. Meryl, ooh, I want her, I want Meryl. So yeah, the combat is slow, but maybe our opinions are like jaded with Tower Fantasy if we play on the mobile platform because it sucks our phone sucks, the performance sucks. We'll not be able to enjoy it as much as we want. But if we have like a high-spec PC, I think our opinions will change. I think the combat will be a bit smoother. But yeah, well, it is what it is. Not everyone can afford a high-spec PC, but hopefully it comes to the console. But at least there's a lot of endgame in Tower of Fantasy compared to Genshin. Even though in terms of quality, Genshin is still far superior. But Tower of Fantasy has endgame, so you have to look at that. Tower of Fantasy has co-op features and a lot of like cool features like relics and like motorcycles, surfboards, and gliders. But I guess for Genshin players, our opinions will still be jaded, biased, and also I think for me, in my opinion, or maybe some players, most players maybe, or I don't know, maybe just me in general. There's like this burnout from playing Genshin. So the burnout from playing Genshin for 2 years can pass on to playing Tower of Fantasy because it looks and feels the same. So it feels like you're just playing the same game with the worst combat. With the worst story, in my opinion. Not the worst combat, but slightly less better combat. But in my opinion, that's gonna be good for PvP because people will not be zipping around everywhere during PvP. So the clunkiness of the combat in Tower of Fantasy, I think, can help the PvP be more grounded. But anyway, don't get your hopes too much with the PvP because it's gonna be pay to win. So at least in Genshin, you're just relaxing, chilling. There's no content, but it is what it is. So better just play other games after you're done with the dailies, and hopefully in 5 years from now we will have endgame content with Genshin. But it's still, honestly, it's still too early to nail the coffin or whatever figure of speech. Still too early to say that Tower Fantasy sucks. In the back of my head, I'm feeling that in the future there might be better characters gonna be releasing. So they're casual, so you should be something to look forward to. I think multiplayer content is it's gonna be a breath of fresh air, and being able to do raids with your friends, and maybe just try some PvP, even though you're gonna get your ass kicked by whales. Something different to do.
Everybody stand.
But just don't get your hopes too high. And even though it has endgame, still don't get your hopes too high. Even though it might be a whale endgame, so maybe if you're free to play, in my theory, you will just reach like 50 to 100 floors. Unless you're a whale, you can go down 500 floors, something, whatever. That's just my theory, my game theory. Well, it's too early, I guess. So that's my initial impression, but still too early. So I will see what I can say when I reach the end game. or reach the higher level. But for me, I'm burnt out with world exploration game that looks like Genshin, just killing some hillagers over again. So, but maybe I
Let's
will
light
be
it
more
up!
refreshed with the aesthetics of Fantasy Star
Fallen leaves.
New
Adorn
Genesis.
my
But
night.
for content creators,
Teamwork
playing
is
Genshin for
strength!
content creators, sorry, playing Tower Fantasy for content creators will be good because at least we will have some content to do, and even for normal players, playing Tower Fantasy will be good because there's no content in Genshin. So if I'm not streaming, if I'm not a content creator, I will just log in for 5 minutes and do my daily commissions. Lately, I just let it press and tap. There's no reason to play Genshin, no matter how great the combat is, how smooth
Body
it
and
is,
mind.
no matter how superior it is,
Rain
combat in
outlines
Genshin
your
is. There's
face.
no reason
Rain cut.
to keep playing Genshin aside from collecting waifus and husbandos for the foreseeable future
Everybody
because
stand!
Hoyoverse doesn't want to give endgame content. So how was the good old Genshin 1.0 compared to now? Well, back in 1.0, I played the starter characters. I enjoyed it a lot. You know, Noelle, Kaya, Traveler, Animal Traveler. I also tried to main Lisa back then, or main Sucrose. It was great, you know. I never when 1.0 came, I thought that was the time when I wanted to quit gaming in general, or maybe take a long break. But when Genshin 1.0 came around, and then I saw D-Look, I re-rolled 50 times just to get D-Look. So, and it
Let's light
rekindled
it up!
my love for gaming. You know, that JRPG characters,
One with wind and clouds. Wind strike.
Teamwork is
that I love, like
strength!
back in Final Fantasy or the Cloud or Tales of Series games. 1.0 was great. Well, if you if you manage to get D-Look in 50 rerolls, 50 reroll accounts, so our experiences with 1.0 can be different depending on which
Time to go.
character we have. But well, I'm so thankful with Genshin. You know, it basically launched my YouTube career. Yay! In my streamer career. Yay! Even though I only get very few views when streaming, but uh, my channel grew a lot with just regards to the normal
Looking forward to the
views.
next festival.
Before Genshin came out, uh, my subscribers were just like maybe less than 2,000,
Follow
but
the
after
wind.
2 years, I'm almost 12K subscribers now, and growing each day. So Genshin is it's not something to be taken lightly. Well, that's also one of the reasons why I keep playing. It's just my job.
Time to go.
Even if there's no extra content, no endgame. But our it's gonna be a good side game. Well, Genshin wants you to play it as a side game, but nowadays I'm so busy, so I can't. If I wanted, well, Tower Fantasy could be your main game because there's gonna be a lot of content to do compared to Genshin, but I'm so busy, so I can just like log into Tower Fantasy an hour a day or maximum 2 hours. So Yeah, so at least if you want to keep playing something, Tower of Fantasy is there. It's still in the early stages, so yeah, we can't really underestimate Tower of Fantasy. Wow, I got it in one go. Ooh, wow. Yeah, so at least Genshin, you can just, if you're too busy, you're not gonna lose out much in terms of, what I mean is, well, you can just log in and do your commissions and call it a day. At the very least, you can get your daily commission primos. But with Tower, I feel like there's a lot of things to do with Tower Fantasy. Like the casual players or the busy players or the players who Genshin's still gonna have more players.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
And also with regards to the with regards to the characters in the Genshin characters are still better and fleshed out compared to Genshin. Compared to Tower Fantasy. In Tower Fantasy, I was just playing for a couple of hours, and then I'm randomly introduced to a lot of the SSR gacha characters. So, and then I saw like a Tower Fantasy version of the Lantern Festival. Wow. Yeah, kind of disappointed with the presentation or maybe the story of the characters, but the only badass character was good. That was good, and badass was Frigg.
Wherever in this world I roam,
but you can see that Tower of Fantasy
it is the last link
does
I
not
have to the
have
land of my birth.
quality that Genshin has, maybe in terms of the budget. But but if you can look past that, just enjoy playing something new and relics, gadgets, exploring. The combat is like low key Devil May Cry. You switch out weapons and switch out weapons and like 3 weapons. So it's like a Devil May Cry light. So it's not all bad. Like Genshin now, so you can see here, don't have any content, so so I don't know what to do. So it's same old content, so you just have to wait and wish. At least if you play Tower, you have something to play for free. just enjoy the story and collecting characters, leveling up, and enjoy doing co-op, you're gonna be fine free to play as long as you're not competitive. But Genshin is just a top quality side game, basically. So there's not much to do. So right now I'm just gonna be staring here. So let me see if we still have some resin. So there's basically nothing to do. So well, just play Tower Fantasy. So there's no point in here having the Freedom Sworn or 5-star weapons. What's the point? At least maybe if you're free to play, you can get stronger and try to compete against whales, I guess. And see after a while if your free to play build are good enough against whales, or just keep improving your games and keep improving your characters and your builds, and maybe help out more during co-op raids. But what's the point Genshin here? What's the point of my 5-star characters, 5-star weapons, and 5-star constellation? What's the point? I'm just gonna do some damage for screenshots, nuke damage. So what's the point? So Genshin is basically over. It's just I don't know what I'm. Well, if I think if I wasn't a content creator with Genshin, I don't think I would be playing right now Genshin right now. I don't think there would be much reason. So what's the point of all this? They don't want to give us some endgame content. At least at least at least Honkai Impact has some decent endgame content, which is really, really hard. Unless if you're very lucky free to play, or if you're a whale, or if you're a long-term free to play player that knows how to save for the strongest, for the best characters in Stigma. But Genshin is just log in to your commissions. Just doing my job. Genshin is my job. There's not much reason if it wasn't my job to play Genshin. So I think so. Well, at least if I play Tower, I would still be play a lot longer, for a few more hours. For Genshin is just basically get over. I think that's the stream. There's no content to stream. There's nothing to do with Genshin, honestly. So I'll just switch to my other account and just do the dailies, maybe let present cap and play some Tower Fantasy. I just log in, get my login rewards with Tower Fantasy.